where history, rarity, and the fascinating world of coin collecting come together. Every coin has a story, and sometimes an ordinary-looking piece can reveal remarkable details that collectors spend years searching for. Today we're taking a close look at a classic American coin, the 1995 Lincoln Memorial Cent, to explore its history, design, collectible varieties, and what makes certain examples far more valuable than others. Have you ever wondered why one 1995 Lincoln penny might be worth just 1 cent while another from the same year has sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars? The answer isn't simply the date. Collectors carefully examine mint marks, condition, strike quality, and genuine mint varieties that can dramatically affect value. The coin in today's photos may look like a typical circulated penny, but it provides an excellent opportunity to learn exactly what experienced collectors look for before deciding whether a coin deserves a place in a collection or a professional grading holder. The Lincoln Cent has one of the longest-running designs in American coinage. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it became the first regularly circulating United States coin to feature the portrait of a real historical figure. Victor David Brenner designed the obverse, while Frank Casparo later created the Lincoln Memorial reverse that appeared beginning in 1959. By 1995, Americans had been using the memorial reverse for more than 3 decades, making it one of the most recognizable coin designs in U.S. history. Looking at the obverse of your coin, the date clearly reads 1995, with Abraham Lincoln facing to the right. The familiar inscriptions "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" remain visible despite noticeable circulation wear. From the photographs, there is moderate to heavy wear across Lincoln's portrait, especially on the cheek and jaw, along with darker toning and surface marks that are consistent with a coin that spent many years in circulation. Because the mint mark area is not clearly visible in the image, I cannot confirm whether this coin was struck at Philadelphia or Denver, and it would be inaccurate to guess. That single detail can be important when researching values and varieties. Turning to the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial remains identifiable with the inscriptions "United States of America," "E pluribus unum," and 1 cent. The reverse also shows circulation wear, but the major design elements remain visible. I do not see an obvious off-center strike, broad strike, clipped planchet, or other major mint error from these photographs. Likewise, there is no clearly visible evidence of damage that would indicate a dramatic post-mint alteration. However, photographs alone cannot confirm every possible variety, especially microscopic double dies that require close magnified inspection. The 1995 Lincoln Cent has standard specifications familiar to collectors. It is composed primarily of copper-plated zinc, containing 97.5% zinc with a thin outer layer of copper. It weighs approximately 2.5 grams, measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter, has a thickness of about 1.52 millimeters, and features a plain edge. These specifications had become standard after the U.S. Mint changed the cent's composition in 1982 to reduce manufacturing costs while maintaining the coin's familiar appearance. One of the biggest reasons collectors pay attention to 1995 Lincoln Cents is the existence of the famous 1995 double die obverse variety. This is a genuine and widely recognized U.S. Mint variety. On authentic examples, the doubling is most noticeable in the inscriptions "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and portions of the date. The doubling is created during die production and is not the same as machine doubling or damage after the coin leaves the mint. Certified examples of the true double die can command substantial premiums, especially in higher grades. Your photographs do not clearly show the distinctive doubling associated with this recognized variety, so it would be incorrect to identify this coin as the famous double die based only on these images. Collectors should also remember that many online videos and social media posts incorrectly label ordinary circulation marks, machine doubling, or damaged coins as rare mint errors worth thousands of dollars. Professional numismatics depends on careful examination and verification. Genuine errors and varieties are documented through established references, and experienced collectors compare suspected examples with authenticated specimens before assigning significant value. If you're searching your own pocket change for valuable 1995 pennies, begin by checking the mint mark, then inspect the lettering with good lighting and magnification. Look for strong, consistent doubling on the lettering rather than random scratches or flattened edges. Next, Evaluate the overall condition. Coins with sharp original detail, minimal wear, attractive surfaces, and strong luster are usually worth much more than heavily circulated examples, even when they are the same date and mint. Based solely on the visible details in your photographs, this appears to be a circulated 1995 Lincoln Memorial cent with moderate wear and no obvious major mint error visible in the provided images. Most circulated 1995 Lincoln cents without recognized varieties typically trade for face value or only a small premium, while exceptional uncirculated coins, certified high-grade examples, or authenticated double-die varieties can be worth significantly more depending on grade, market demand, and recent auction results. Prices in the coin market change over time, so collectors should always compare recent certified sales rather than relying on exaggerated claims. Authentication is especially important before spending money on grading. If you believe you have a rare variety, compare it with photographs from recognized numismatic references. Weigh the coin on a precise digital scale, inspect it under magnification, and consider submitting it to a respected third-party grading service only if the evidence supports that possibility. Professional grading not only confirms authenticity but also establishes an independent grade that many buyers trust. Proper storage is another important part of preserving value. Avoid cleaning your coins, even if they appear dark or tarnished. Cleaning can permanently damage the original surfaces and significantly reduce collector value. Instead, store coins in inert holders, archival quality flips, or hard plastic capsules, and keep them in a dry environment away from excessive humidity and handling. What makes coin collecting so rewarding is that every coin encourages us to learn more about history, minting technology, and the small differences that separate an ordinary coin from a truly collectible one. Even when a coin turns out to be common, the knowledge gained from examining it carefully helps build the skills needed to recognize genuine rarities in the future. The 1995 Lincoln Memorial cent remains an excellent example of how an everyday coin can introduce collectors to important concepts such as double dies, grading standards, mint identification, and proper preservation. Thank you for joining me on Real Numismatic. If you enjoyed this closer look at the 1995 Lincoln Memorial cent, be sure to like this video, share it with fellow collectors, and leave a comment telling us whether you've ever found an interesting Lincoln penny in your change. And if you're passionate about rare coins, valuable varieties, and honest numismatic research, subscribe to Real Numismatic so you never miss another fascinating coin story.